Today, Gina Young is going to show you all how easy it is to make delicious loaded potato salad for your holiday. The holidays around the corner once again. Everybody's looking for that perfect side dish to put on your family's dinner table. This is a must. You gotta have potato salad and you want to switch it up a little bit. Do something different. Have you all tasted loaded potato salad before? If you haven't, you are in for a treat. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some potatoes. Now, my potatoes are in here. Got about 4 pounds that we have already peeled, okay? And they're Idaho potatoes. I either use Idaho, for this recipe, Idaho potatoes, russet potatoes, and you could even use one of the red potatoes. If you decide you want to use the red, leave the skin on it. Makes it gorgeous, okay? So we're going to be using just a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese today, okay? We're going to use some nice spring green onions and some sour cream. We'll be using real bacon bits, and we're going to use your favorite mayonnaise and a bunch of spices to make it come together and taste good. We got salt, pepper. We have paprika. Of course, it'll be used for garnish for the top. And we got some garlic and onion powder, and I'm using sugar. You don't have to use sugar if you don't want to. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make delicious loaded potato salad you and your whole family will love. And there's one other ingredient. I don't want to leave it out. I'm putting boiled eggs in. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and get started with chopping up our Idaho potatoes just like this. Try your best to make them all the same size. That way they all cook at the same time. What I like to tell people is because if you got little pieces, then you got big pieces, those little pieces will be mush, you know, in the amount of time that it takes to cook those bigger pieces. So I like to do it like this, and that assures me that all the pieces are the same. So we peeled the potatoes, and then we rinsed them off several times until the water ran clear. That means we're getting rid of some of that starch, okay? Just like this. Let's go ahead and get our potatoes right into this cold water. And I'm going to salt the water to give the potatoes some flavor. So we're giving them flavor before we even mix all those ingredients in. There we go, lovely. If you can't use the salt, I totally understand. Just leave it out. These potatoes will cook until they're nice and fork tender. It's super important that you don't overcook them, but how you can check to see if your potatoes are fork tender is you're literally just going to take a fork after about 20 to 25 minutes. If that fork goes into the potato with these and slides out with these, that's what fork tender is. I think where a lot of people go wrong when making potato salad is they're so afraid that they're going to overcook the potato that they undercook it and then they have crunchy potatoes in their potato salad. Don't be that person. 20 to 25 minutes. So while our potatoes and our eggs boil, let's go ahead and chop up anything that may need to get chopped up. You may need to get your bacon fried up and break it down into small pieces, or you can do like I'm doing, just use the bag of real bacon bits. So now I want you all to really think about, what do you love on your loaded potato? Because that's what you're going to put into your potato salad. It is spectacular. You might be someone that says, I like ham in mine. So you're going to have that ham readily available. Chop it into small pieces. Make sure you're washing your veggies off when you bring them home. Get rid of those pesticides. You never know who's handled them before they got to your home. So we're going to get these chopped up just like so. Let's make loaded potato salad. It's super easy. So now, here's what's very important. You gotta let these potatoes cool down, okay? Because you wouldn't want to put mayonnaise or your sour cream into a hot potato. Okay, so our potatoes have cooled down, and you use as much sour cream as you like. If you like a lot of sour cream, whatever floats your fanny, okay? I'm going to use just one dollop. One dollop is enough for me, okay? And then I'm going to put my mayonnaise in. I always like to tell everybody, when you're dressing any kind of salad, even if it was a chicken salad or a turkey salad, don't put too much in the beginning because you can't take away. Start off with a little bit. We're going to mix it, see what it's looking like, and then if we need to add more, we'll do that later, okay? So we're going to season it. And I'm going to season this to perfection to make this thing taste good. Yes, I'm putting sugar in. If you don't want to put sugar in, you don't have to, okay? But it's not going to make it sweet either. It gives the umami taste. Make them say umami every time. So this sugar, that little bit of sugar that we put in there, believe it or not, as it balances out the little tangy sourness that the mayonnaise and the sour cream is going to give us. I'm going in with a nice amount of onion powder on purpose because I want to taste it, right? Going in with a nice amount of garlic powder. The paprika is for garnish, of course. It's not a smoked paprika, okay? We're going to put some black pepper. You can use white pepper if you want. And a little bit of salt. Keep in mind that we salted the water when we were boiling the potatoes. There we go. Let's mix this up, and then we'll add all the other ingredients in here in just a little bit. So I tasted it, and I needed to re-season. So I just used all of these seasonings once again until I was happy with the flavor. And I did put some more sugar in. You bet I did. Okay, so now I'm going to put like 4 or 5 boiled eggs in my potato salad. If you want to leave the eggs out, absolutely you can. But when I have potato salad, I want to see eggs in mine. Are you kidding me? All right, so let's get those in. Now it's the perfect time to put your bacon bits in here. All right, lovely. Just want to make sure it doesn't have one of those little packets in there. Okay, great. And now I'm going to put, I'm not using a whole lot of cheese. I'm using this much, right? Just like this, gorgeous. And I have made this using a hot pepper cheese, and I shredded it myself, so you could always do that too. It's delicious. It's either a sharp cheese for me or the hot pepper cheese. First of all, how gorgeous is this? Are you kidding me? This is going to go over very well for your holiday dinner table. Be careful when you make it because everybody's going to ask you to bring it back the next year, so you're going to want to make a nice amount. Take a look at this. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell everybody you know what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, once again, we thank you for this meal. Your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Look at this. Look at that. Who wants to taste? You want to taste, and I'm going to give you that first bite. I can't wait. Everybody in my household is waiting with anticipation because they love this salad, and you will too. Let's go in. It's like a symphony being played on my taste buds. I got another fork because I knew I was going to want another bite. Make it so.